Hey everyone, I am back. I solo self-found myself a new PC. I found some motivation along the way and decided to make a homage to an amazing game that just released, the Slormancer. I already have 160 hours into this indie gem, but I'll start as zero to hero for at least one episode. So join me as we take this game for a spin using Spin-2-Win. Let's dive in. I start by selecting a hero. You can choose one out of 3. I get my first Slormancer, that is your weapon, and there are over 100 of them, all with their own special effects. I accidentally poison young Brian over here, who becomes a ghost and accompanies me on my journey, and I need to find the villagers who were captured by evil overlord and final boss. Oh my god. I locate Alistair, the useless chamberlain, Pedro the gardener with his shovel compass. I kill my first elite, get a legendary item after like 20 minutes of gameplay, reach level 7, find PR geranium, start leveling my Slormancer weapon because yes, they level and they can even evolve. I find Gemma, the shopkeeper, and talking about evolution, here is my first one using that starter weapon, our starter Slormancer, the Sword of Adam Nostris. I find my first magic item, those are green, way later than my first legendary item, the orange ones. I find another villager, Pelstrang. He unlocks expeditions, which are basically the end game, or at least a third of it. I'll decide to continue the campaign, however. I reach level 13, locate Adam Nostris himself, who will become very useful in a little bit, because he gives me my first ancestral stone. These are stones you can allocate on the passive tree to buy additional passives, actives, and auras. You use Slorm to pretty much buy anything, from skill upgrades to these passives. The devs thought it was fun and not at all confusing to have every currency in the game start with Slorm, and to be fair, it is kind of funny, just not when you're writing a script. I locate Avernus Jenkins. Here you see some level 16 gameplay. I'm still using my starter skill, but soon I will unlock my main skill, the Spin-2-Win skill. There's level 17 and Adam Nostris' sword evolves one more time. This time it is perfect and gives a bunch of bonuses whenever you open a breach. A breach is like Breach in Path of Exile, only it lasts much shorter. Come to think of it, it is like a PoE 2 breach, that's fair I think. I kill the boss of Act 1, equip a bunch of gear upgrades, and Adam Nostris gives me my second ancestral stone, which I allocate. You might think that at this point in time I will show you my build or something, but in all honesty I'm just leveling random Slormancers and trying out a bunch of stuff. My build is still in early access, like this game used to be. I do get an aura though, it's called Air Conditioner, and it slows enemies around me. I find Joanna. She sells you stash space with in-game gold, so there's no need to spend additional money on this game. I reach level 19, I locate Rick Manalan, who can upgrade gear for you using another Slorm currency. I purchase some stash space to store those legendaries that I'm no longer using, and then I finally hit level 20. Or, well, finally, it doesn't take all that long. That means I can equip Whirlwind, also known as Spin-2-Win, and we are in business. I spend some Slorm stuff to upgrade this skill. I specialize, which is effectively your ascendancy without doing any trials or whatnot, and I become a haphazard knight. This ascendancy basically triggers a bunch of random shit, like swords and meteors falling from the sky. So right now I am a little bit like a cast when channeling build, with projectiles dropping down on enemies. It's pretty fun. I locate the NPC Ormos, he does something with Slorm stuff. I find Friedrich, the shouting blacksmith, who enables crafting for you, and also salvaging, which you can see me do over here. I find Olaros, another Slorm stuff guy. I kill a spider boss. I locate Olorin, not to be confused with Olaros, who I just saved. And Olorin does something too in-game, I'm sure we'll get to that. I get a bunch more upgrades. I use the Slormatizer, that is that thing to upgrade your gear. I reach level 23. My Slormancer is now level 18 by the way, in case you're interested. I locate Elmerolis, that is not a disease but another Slorm NPC. I think you can refund Slorm or something. I kill the Act 2 boss Grotogrom and I get my third ancestral stone. I locate more NPCs because I haven't caught all of them. Here is Enrique, who unlocks more playable zones. I reach level 26 and level 27 and level 28 and Slorm Reaper level 23. I know you must be very interested in all of this, but I just keep writing based on the recordings that I made, so don't worry, I'm halfway through the footage at this point. I get gifted the Doubtful Sock, which allocates a magic school to you, at random I might add. I feel I've seen this before somewhere. I save more people. Here is Cory Ironbender, who will come in handy much later. I do some more Slormatization, I get some more Whirlwind upgrades, and no, this build has still no identity whatsoever, but I do kill the Act 3 boss, Alarin, the twin brother of Olorin, who I saved earlier. This means another ancestral stone. I'm not showing all of these, but you constantly get new Slorm Reapers, the weapons that you can use, and these incentivize you to level them to see their secrets that they're hiding. It's very interesting as a mechanic. I realize this game has a loot filter and decide to filter all white and green items. I find the chef Jean-Pierre giving this game a bit of a French vibe. It is made after all by 2 French indie developers, plus a third Frenchy composer who has created phenomenal tracks. It's criminal really that I'm playing Flamingo songs over all of this, but the music in all these clips that I recorded is different, making it an editing nightmare if I were to use the in-game music. I killed the Act 4 boss, which means, you guessed it, another ancestral stone. I find NPC Keranos, I don't really know what this guy is doing. I get more gear upgrades and I kill the Act 6 and last boss of the campaign, which means indeed again another ancestral stone. And it also means the campaign is over and endgame has begun. I'm level 38 at this point, and Adam Nostris gives me a trial, which is basically a to-do list. I start doing expeditions. These are a bit like maps, and you can select the difficulty at the bottom of it. It's called Wrath. That is the map tier, if you will. I start easy with Wrath 0. There is another endgame system, it's the Slorm Temple. These are small floors in a temple that get progressively harder, where you collect pure Slorm. And to make things a bit less confusing, to get in you need Elder Slorm. You can spend pure Slorm, the white stuff, on upgrades, so you can hold more Elder Slorm, which you get from regular expeditions by killing elite enemies. It's purple, not white. It's a smart move to buy Elder Slorm capacity so you can run a bunch of rooms in a row in the Slorm Temple, because every floor that you do costs Elder Slorm. I find the most powerful sword, which is the name of the sword, and it might also be the most powerful sword, I guess, depending on your build. I get enough money to unlock the legendary stash, which costs 100,000 gold, and that's effectively the uniques stash tab in Path of Exile, but then this is clearly for legendaries, the equivalent of uniques. One thing's different though is that you can craft on legendaries, as you can see me do over here, and slowly but surely I am progressing through the trials or the to-do list. I reach level 41, I get my first ultimatum, that is a reward from the Slorm Temple. It is basically an artifact in your inventory with a fixed attribute on it. That same attribute on gear or passives or your Slorm Reaper or anything else has no longer any impact, that no longer counts, as the ultimatum makes this now a fixed value. You can upgrade the ultimatum to raise the value of that attribute, and in my case I am currently equipping experience gain. I buy more upgrades, here you see the trial progress. I reach level 44 and another Slorm Reaper evolves, which is always a fun moment to see what comes out of it. I find more Slorm Reapers like the Big Fury Sword. I reforge some gear using the very deterministic but expensive crafting methods. I store my legendaries and embark on the third endgame system, which also costs Elder Slorm to enter the Great Forge of Cory Ironbender. Contrary to what you might think, he doesn't forge weapons, but runes. Yet another layer of build customization. Runes are triggered effects, and depending on the rune combination, you can come up with all sorts of crazy stuff. In my case, it's not all that special. This triggers something, I think, a bit more damage after I've spent a little bit of time in combat. Using the Great Forge rewards, you can upgrade these runes, and you can find more by doing the Great Forge over and over again and killing the Siege Master. As this is basically a wave-based arena mode, which I'm not a fan of, I find this rather boring after a while. I reach level 48 and level 49. I have another evolution of my Slormancer. We're getting really close to completing the first trial. Now I'm level 52 and then level 53. There's one more update with only one influence point to go, which you get from simply running expeditions, and then finally I make it and complete the first set of trials. And again, I get an ancestral stone as a reward. It is at this time that I settle for a build idea, which is to reserve a bunch of life because lost life is converted to raw damage thanks to a bunch of attributes that I'm using. And that is just damage for all intents and purposes, raw damage. And then I take this game's equivalent of mind over matter to still have some survivability, so some of the damage is taken from my mana pool instead of my life pool. So far, so good, but I'm only running Wrath 3 expeditions at this moment. I can do a lot of different upgrades though, so yeah, there's a lot of room to grow. For now, I'm leaving it at this. This is the first episode. I just hope you had a good time. You could appreciate the video, a bit of the new editing. It's a bit of a different one in that sense. I have a few things cooking again and recording and whatnot and writing, so hopefully I'm back soon with more stuff. For now though, thanks for watching and making it to the end. Please like and subscribe for more SSF ARPG content. I love you all. See you soon. Bye bye.